Last night was a full moon and I could not sleep. And something inside of me arose. Something alpha. My primal wolf instincts took over and I craved something raw. So today, we're gonna be eating only raw meat for 24 hours.
I woke up too when the demons were coming inside me. It's 9 a.m. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and we're starting it with eggs.
For this first raw endeavor, you're gonna need
A pan, oil, salt, and pepper.
and throw it in the trash, because we're going raw!
We're realizing how bad of an idea this is because I just Googled if eggs are safe to eat raw, and the answer is no. 1 in every 20,000 eggs has salmonella, and salmonella will actually poop your guts.
That's why I'm always like salmonella.
We fully reserved the right
To spit this out.
to spit this out.
It's 1 in 20,000 chance if we die, we get lucky.
Well, there's 2 of us here, so it's 1 in 10,000 chance.
No, for each of us, it's still 1 in 20,000 chance.
It's a 2 in 40,000 chance?
No, they just don't multiply.
I'm gonna give it a little poke with my tongue.
Okay, yeah, let's do a little tongue
Okay,
poke,
we're
right?
gonna win a win, right?
Okay.
Whoa, he really did it! He really did it!
We got breakfast down!
Breakfast down! With breakfast down, lunch was next on the menu, and we decided that eating out was the move. But in order to save a little bit of cash, we had an ace up our sleeves. The idea was simple. Nathan's my dad, I'm his son, and kids eat free.
I think it's time to make a move.
Alright,
Let's freaking do it. Let's do it.
Admittedly, the disguise was crude, but at $20 a head, we had to try anything. Rock and Roll Sushi Express literally had no idea what was coming, and we thought our plan was golden until this happened.
2 questions. Do kids eat for free, and do you have booster seats?
Kids do not eat for free. We do not.
I'm so sorry. You could arise.
And with that, our wallets, tummies, and dignities were hurting after this raw meat challenge. Unfortunately, kids do not eat free here, and it was quite expensive, but sushi is next on the menu for our raw food challenge. There are some things to consider. Is rice cooked? Maybe. It's a concession we're gonna have to make because we like sushi, and our dinner is gonna be the least fun. So we're gonna try and enjoy ourselves a little bit. We're gonna try and get some sashimi, some sushi as it comes through. We're gonna focus on the raw fish, and that's gonna be our lunch. We were pretty excited to eat all this sushi, but it turns out really only the tuna and salmon sushis were the raw ones. So that's really all we had, and then our camera girl had some herself. She said it was really good, but we couldn't partake. Man, when I tell you we put it away though, I think we got our money's worth. Just check out all these plates. So lunch was excellent. Sushi was probably a cheat in this little experiment, but now we're home and dinner is gonna be the most exciting or unexciting for us. We're gonna be doing beef tartare, probably the most famous raw dish.
We went to Food Lion and we got some of their, not the finest quality meat, but almost finest quality. This is chuck eye, which is ribeye, except without the rib part. We're not gonna cook it, and we're gonna put it on our bodies.
It turns out that steak or beef tartare actually has a really complicated past that nobody seems to agree on. But at least in modern day, it's consistent that steak tartare consists of raw beef, typically ribeye, and raw egg yolk either as a binder or as a garnish at the end of the dish. Other than that, it varies as to what goes into tartare, so we went with some of the most common ones that we saw across various recipes. Those ingredients included onion, parsley, chives or green onions, pickles, and Dijon mustard. All of them were finely minced, and we used the Dijon as a binder. We did use an offcut of chuck eye as opposed to ribeye, which is against the standard, but chuck eye tastes almost identical and is usually a quarter to a third cheaper than its counterpart. We also didn't cut our beef as finely as some recipes suggested, and that's just because we're inexperienced and it's our first time making the dish. A good tip for making the beef easier to cut is to stick it in the freezer for 15 minutes before you cut it. This will stiffen it a little bit and make it easier to cut. Lastly, we definitely suggest sticking to defined measurements. We eyeballed it and ended up with a little too much green, but hey, we think the dish still looked really pretty, and I don't think it impacted the taste that much. In truth, we were pretty pessimistic about the dish, but I think we did a good job, and if you want to look for an actual recipe, we are definitely not the authority. So don't let our opinion scare you. Here we are, it's the last meal of the day. We've got the beef tartare that we made. It actually looks kind of pretty, but I'm scared.
We did not get this from a trusted butcher. We got it from Food Lion.
We got it from Food Lion. If you're gonna do this, go to your local butcher and tell them you're gonna eat it as tartare.
Yeah.
Anyways, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
Ah, something in my body says no.
Ready?
Yeah. It's not bad.
I really don't like it.
This needs to be cooked. Get much higher.
I would rate that 1 out of 10 crumb certified poo.
I give it a 5. That's nice. That's a nice little dish.
You're lying
It's
to
not
yourself
bad.
right now.
No.
He's lying. He's lying.
It's got the right amount of saltiness. The Dijon is very nice in there. The pickles really bring out that brininess.
Okay, then you can finish it.
I'm not gonna eat the rest.
All right, so this has been a rough 24 hours for us. That's dinner for us. We're not actually gonna have too much more after that, maybe water. So should you explore raw food diets? Well, we personally believe that some raw food, if you're really interested, can't hurt, but the risk of foodborne illnesses or pathogens is very, very real. So just be careful and consult a dietitian or your physician before you decide to embark on a carnivorous raw food diet. But other than that, just make sure you're sourcing your meat from ethical and clean places.
Anyways, like and subscribe. We got a lot of cool content coming out on Crumb Eats, and it's gonna be crazy. So stick around for that. We love you.